see him. I mean, what happened?
Hello, everyone. It's Coach Jay. Hopefully some people log in today. Hope you guys are having a great day today. About to go get my workout on, man. So I'm ready to go. Ready to knock this out real quick, get that workout in, man. Quick announcement. I noticed over the last month and a half, 2 months, a lot of people haven't been logging in for the trainings. So I think what I'm gonna do here effective today is to start emailing them out. So this way it can kind of free up a little bit of my time as well. I can kind of do it through the day and just email them out to everybody. Still at the same time, I'll probably email them out like on a 12 o'clock noon Central Standard Time. And so that way everybody still get the information, but you can kind of consume it whenever you want to. But keep in mind too, guys, so let me know that, well, I'm gonna reach out to you guys individually, through email and kind of touch base with you guys, let you guys know that as well. Also keep in mind, if you guys do not have access to our Facebook group, which is Mid-City Network now. So we're launching our network. So we'll be having a lot of different shows on YouTube. We're getting ready to launch in the next couple of months or so. Podcast, right? So the first podcast is, we had the small business stand up. It's a business podcast we was doing. we stopped maybe about 3 months ago. We're kicking that back off effective next month, the first Tuesday of next month, where we have quite a few people on there. Me, of course, as the investor, real estate guy. Another guy, he's a real estate guy as well, Mr. Jason. New Way Investments, but he's also in the new construction land. He's also what I'm trying to say, a mentor as well. We have Miss K. She does taxes. She's a HR department tax strategist and things of that nature. So we have Miss Sheila. She's out of Michigan. She does business strategy. We have another guy, OP, I think his name is. He's actually financial. He's basically financial literacy. That's what he's kind of expert in. We got another guy. Well, no, I take that back. He is the insurance guy. So he teaches about life insurance, things of that nature, man. So he got a lot of other different things he do as well. Another gentleman does financial literacy. But we're gonna do, and we have a lady, I think she's out of Detroit. She's actually a real estate broker as well. So we're gonna have quite a few people on there, man. It's called Small Business Stand Up. So we're gonna kind of broaden what we normally would do when it comes to podcasts. So it's not just about business, but it's also about financial literacy. Kind of teaching the youth, man, teaching people, man, about how to get from A to Z with this money, how to get your money working for you. Right? Not just now, but also in the future. Also, when using life insurance, how you can draw money from that, how you can make that a great vehicle for you as well, how to utilize your 401k, things of that nature, to buy real estate investments. So we're gonna go in deep and talking about stuff like that. And also, a couple here and there hot topics as well, man, to keep it interesting as well. So we're gonna edutain you, right? So educate you at the same time, entertain you as well. So definitely be a full show. And that, like I said, again, that starts the first Tuesday of next month. So it'd be like about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So you'll be able to see the visual and the audio. We'll be on Spotify, Anchor, like all of the different sites. So you'll be able to put it up on YouTube and everything. See us all, man. Just kind of chop it up. Every week it will be live on our Facebook group. So you got to be a part of it. It's Mid-City Network. So you'll be able to see it live. Make a call, answer some questions, get your questions answered and everything, So we're very, very excited about that. As some of you guys may know, last Saturday we did our first AREA meeting. meetup online. So we do that. I think it's the second Saturday of every month, where we give you guys a chance to pitch your deals, introduce you to some different people across the United States that's in the real estate investing and stuff like that to kind of help you get into that circle, right? Also, we'll be interviewing title companies, everything you can think of when it comes to real estate. We'll be interviewing with some of these people. They'll be on to give us some of them jewels that they have to offer. So we're really going in. And as you guys know, it's absolutely free. Whether you work with us or not, you still get plugged in. Once you in, you in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm teaching you how to fill out those contracts, man, to pulling comps and finding cash buyers, to lease options, subject tos, like you name it. We're gonna give you guys the game when it comes to that. As some of you guys may know, the ones who are actually on the mentorship program, once you guys are off of it, we would no longer be offering that. To be honest with you, I just have a lot going on, right? So I got to free up my time so I get into this multifamily. Not saying that if you're a part of it that we're gonna let you kick you out. No. But once you leave and whatever the case is, then we just kind of transition from that. But we're not really taking any new people. Now, the ones that's in the back office, we still doing that. That never changes. So you need your comps ran, all that good stuff. You don't have to worry about that at all. But when it comes to the mentorship part of it, for new people, we're not really offering that. But if you're already in, you grandfathered in, you good to go. So my only thing would be is don't let your membership lapse. But once you're out, in that situation. So, and I apologize, but as you guys know, I'm doing the multifamily stuff, man, and I'm really busy. Also, I have my, so I'll be getting my license for my mortgage broker license here. So I'll be really busy doing that as well. And also I have my notary company, online and mobile notary company I do as well. So I got a lot of stuff going on. So I got to kind of free it up, man, so I can make sure I fit my family in this thing, man, and God and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys understand. All right. That being said, let me see anything else before we get started. So one thing here too, so this presentation we about to go over is the lease option agreements. Now, I normally would do a PowerPoint presentation, but for some reason, when I tried to pull it up on PowerPoint, it had been deleted. So the information I'm using right now is from our ebook, the lease option agreement ebook. So you should have a copy of this already, but we're gonna kind of go over it a little bit. Once we go over this, we'll do maybe 20 minutes of question and answer. So if you got a deal that you want to pitch to me, let me know. We can kind of go over it. All right, so hope that's fair. And let me know if you guys can hear me clearly. If you can, send me a text through the chat. I got a new microphone that I'm trying out, man. I want to make sure I'm crystal clear for you guys, man.
Good.
Feel like a radio disc jockey, man. Just with this big old microphone I got here, but I'm just trying it out, see what it's gonna do. All right. Again, man. So if you are already a part of MCA back office, you don't have to worry about anything. You're good to go. So just make sure keep. If you need the membership as well, make sure you just keep everything updated, man. We'll never kick you out, anything like that. And I'm still here to make calls with you or whatever we're going to do. So, but we got a lot of things coming up next week too. Driving for Dollars as a group. We're going to be doing that following Saturday, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, where we go live, Driving for Dollars, each one of us to different states and stuff like that. Just trying to make, take you guys along on some of these different things that I'm doing. So hopefully you guys will be doing the same thing. Driving for Dollars. So let's get started. I feel like I'm rambling, but that's just a few things, man. There's so much going on, man. So many people have been, coming on board, man. And I just gotta, my thing now, I'm kind of get to the point to where I'm trying to work in my business, not just on my business, right? So I got to give everybody else another chance too, man, to get in here as well. So I got to free up my time. So, which is a good thing, definitely a good thing. All right, so I'm looking at my microphone and it's actually adjusting like it's recording me. So I guess I'm good. Let me see. As you guys know, I'm infamous for going on and on and on and ain't even recording, man. So I get a lot of people kill me for that too, man. All right, so lease option agreements, all you need to know. So what is the lease option, guys? So it's just what it says it is. It's a lease with the option to buy. So like a rent to own, so to speak, right? So when you're doing a lease agreement, it can be, depending on what state you're in, it could be, 12 months at the great state of Texas. But if you're in another state, in Michigan or different places like that, if I'm not mistaken, you can do a lot longer than that. But the lease is in place, so you can lease it for 12 months. And at the end of that 12 months, you have the option to buy for a fee. So the way we structure that, we do two contracts. We do a lease agreement and we do a option agreement as well. Two contracts, guys. So you do a lease agreement, you got to pay your deposit, first month, lease, rent or whatever the case is, and whatever fee that the owner has. The option contract, you say, here's $5,000 or whatever you negotiate. So this is what I'm gonna pay you as an option to purchase this property. So two different contracts. All right, let's get going here. Again, so I don't have my PowerPoint presentation, so bear with me. This is the free ebook that we give out to you guys. So if you do not have a copy of this, let me know. We have the lease option, we have the owner finance, we have the subject to one, and it's another one, is owner finance one as well. So if you don't have a copy, just let me know. We can definitely get that in your hands. So, man, it's kind of hard to navigate this, but we're gonna make it happen, man. All right. So wholesaling provides a great opportunity for those who have limited capital to get immersed into the real estate industry. Learn the step-by-step guide on how to kickstart your real estate wholesaling business. Listen, wholesaling is, is the easier way to get into real estate. It really don't require any money, just time and effort and that know-how, right? So people say you have to have money to make money. No, you can build your equity, your sweat equity, right? And turn that into money, and you can continue to close deals, snowball that into a fix and flip, then get into use of multifamily, right? It's ways to get it done. So, but I always tell people, wholesaling shouldn't be 100% of your business, unless you just like doing wholesaling. To me, it's a lot of hustle and bustle, right? On a constant basis, chasing down leads, things of that nature when you're doing wholesaling. Hopefully you want to get in a position to where maybe you fix and flipping, or you buying and holding, and you got people going out there to do this work for you, right? So you want to think about elevating. See, maybe next year or so, 6 to 12 months, you want to get in another position. You want to continue to elevate, then hopefully get into maybe small multifamily, like 2 to 4 units, or whatever the case is. Then maybe you want to get into commercial from 5 units to above. So you continue to flip before you know it. 10 years down the line, you're sitting on maybe a apartment complex or 2, and you getting that residual income, something that can take care of your family for generational things, right? For generation, and you can hand that down to your grandkids, right? The scripture says that's what our job is, right? To make sure that we take care of our grandkids and our grandkids' kids, if possible, right? So what is a lease option? Also known as a rent to own or lease purchase. It is a lease agreement combined with a purchase agreement. A buyer leases a property for a certain period of time, usually 1 to 3 years, then has the right or option to purchase the property or before the end of the agreement. Now, can a person buy this property after 6 months? Absolutely. Can he buy after 18 months? Absolutely. Can he buy 2 years? Absolutely. But by that 3rd year, he has to be made a decision if he's going to buy it or not, right? Now, if you structure this right, a portion of your rent can go towards your down payment or your closing costs, or even the principal of the property, depending on how you structure this deal, right? So keep in mind. So typically, normally, 1 to 3 years, you're ready to roll. Now, that's what a rent on or lease option purchase. That's definitely what it is. So, and this is how it's going done, right? So you get a lease agreement plus a purchase agreement. That's the lease agreement. 2 contracts. I've seen lease agreements that it was just 1 contract and they had both of these in. You don't want to do it that way. You want to keep them separately. If at all possible, definitely keep it separately. So I would, consult your attorney when you're dealing with these things here. So I'm not an attorney. I don't claim to be one, but the way that we do it personally, is we do a lease agreement and we do a purchase agreement. So it's a method to the madness, guys. So I wouldn't tell you, I wouldn't bring that up if it wasn't the best way to do it, for us. And if you listen to us, maybe for you as well. So, consult your attorney before you do anything like this, right? All right. Financing techniques, guys. So when you're doing a deal like this, it's important, man. If the seller hesitates to sell under these 3 techniques, you will not profit from the deal. So all cash at a discount. So if you offer them an offer on a property and it's all cash, you cannot buy it at a retail price. Meaning, if you pull the comps in that area and you see the comparable, so let's say in that area, one sell for 100,000, one sold for 110,000, one sold for 106,000, or whatever the case is. So the comparables, they kind of vary, but they're kind of close to each other. And they're trying to sell you this property for 99,000. And you're paying all cash. Is that a good deal? No, because that's pretty much retail price. Remember, we're looking at about 70% on the dollar. So if a person trying to give you a property sell a property for $100,000, the max you can pay is about $70,000. And you got to do your deductions. If it needs $5,000 in repairs, the max you can pay is $65,000. If you want to make $5,000 cash, the max you can pay is $60,000. So the maximum allowable offer for this particular deal, it will be $60,000 on a $100,000 property. But because it needs a lot of work done to it, you're buying at a deep discount, you're paying all cash, you're closing quickly. There's a lot of benefit to you doing a deal like that. Now, let's say the person you can't meet that price or whatever the case that person want. There's a lot of times you can actually do terms and give that person exactly what they want. So let's say they want $96,000 for that particular property. Say, good, I'll give you $96,000. And are you willing to take terms on the property? Meaning a little bit now and pay a little bit every single month for 5-year balloon. And we make those payments. So we do the contract for the full amount. Now, there's some people will be willing to do that because why? Maybe their property is upside down. Or maybe they cannot afford to make their monthly payments anymore, stop the bleeding from happening, get you in there, get everything caught up, and you start making those monthly payments. It's a lot of different reasons why a person would take that. Now, the third one is both cash and terms. So let's say if a person is upside down on the property, right? Which means he owes more on the property than it's actually worth. But he wants to walk away with some money in his property, in his pocket. Maybe he needs $2,000 walking money, or $2,500 or $5,000 to get him to California to be with his family. He may take a $5,000 down payment, and he may make those monthly payments as low as possible, maybe under market rent. So let's say in that area, the properties are written for $800 in that area. Let's say he got a good interest rate and he only pays $700 on that. So you cash flowing $100 a month, for the life of the contract, whatever you decide to make. So if it's a 10-year contract, for 10 years, the market grows up, of course, you can raise your rent. And you continue to make money off this property and build equity on this property for the life of the terms on that contract, whatever you decide, whatever you negotiate. So there's ways to do it, guys. So keep in mind, all cash, you got to pay discount. Terms, it has to be on your terms, right? Both cash and terms, we can do a deal even if it's upside down. All right. Okay. So you may ask them, so what's the benefit of a seller doing that? Like, why would a seller sell his property at 70% on the dollar? Great question. All right. One of the things is the benefit of it is that they will receive a full price for their home, right? So, okay, that's wrong. They will receive a full price for their home. So the benefit of doing it. Okay, so the benefit of them actually doing it. So if they're upside down, and you say you need 106 for this property, and the property, they only owe 96 on it or whatever the case is. Well, they owe 106, and the property's worth 96, which is $10,000 different. Doing it this way, we can actually give you that 106 and pay it off for you if you're willing to take terms on your property. That's a plus. They will receive a non-refundable down payment, which means the money that we put down They put that in their pocket and go do whatever they want to do with it. Right? So let's say they was behind a couple of months. We can negotiate that to where we can catch that up. And so the money he gets, so he got an asset that's non-performing. Now it's draining his pocket. He get a cash infusion now of about $5,000. Get his house caught up on the payments, and somebody paying the rent on that particular property, and his credit is going up now instead of getting tore down. The bank is not calling him every second, worry about the people putting him out. He's moved in with his family that's in California. He's a happy person, right? He's a very happy person. There will be no longer maintenance costs because the buyer will be responsible for the first $500 problems depending on the terms, right? So on our contracts, when we rent this out to an end buyer, in the contract it said anything that happens to this property under $500 will be paid by the renter. So if a window breaks and it's $200, we don't contact the owner, right? That comes out of the tenant. If a door breaks and it's $400, that comes out of the tenant. But if the roof comes off and it's $5,000, of course, that comes from the owner. No renter is going to pay that kind of money, right? It will still have the home title, right? So the owner will still have the home title. So meaning title work never changes. It can be equity every month. They increase their buyer pool, so they're meaning that even people who are looking to buy properties at a retail price will take a look at it as well. The property will be renovated by the buyer. So when you think about it, when you get a rent to own, you're not just renting this property. You actually looking to buy it. So you'll be out there planting flowers out there. You might go paint that fence that was out there that was a different color. You may do some improvements to the property because you're looking to buy it. One thing I learned though, a person renting out a property, don't take care of it as much if he's just renting it versus if he's buying it, right? Think about a rental car. When a person comes and get a rental car, they ride it hard or whatever the case is. But if that's their car, they probably wouldn't be doing that. All right. They would avoid a vacant property. They would, you think about it, doing a vacant property, it can be pretty rough. A lot of people, come in and do all kinds of stuff with those properties. Give me 1 second, guys. Stand by. Okay, I'm back. There will be zero commission. So you don't have to worry about paying a realtor 6% commission. So you say if you ain't got no money already, you upside down on your payment, the house needs some renovation done to it, and the realtor want me to give them 6%? No, it's not happening. They don't have to worry about that. All right. The benefit of the buyer. So normally, we're doing a down payment is 3 to 5% or whatever you negotiate. Sometimes it may not be nothing or whatever the case is, but it's whatever you negotiate. The opportunity to live in the house of their dreams right now. When I was a mortgage broker a while ago, we had people that came by who had money, but their credit was tore up, right? So, and if I'd have knew back then about owner finance and the lease options and things of that nature, we could easily put them in a property. So these people, they ready to go. So another thing too is no bank qualification, right? So you can actually deal directly with the owner, not to deal with a bank, get qualified, or anything like that. So everybody qualifies, right? As long as you have the cash, you're ready to go. The down payment credit is the sales price. It's credited to the sales price. So they put $5,000 down, and the property was $106,000. Guess what? Now the property is $101,000. $101,000. So, all right, there's a price of protection, profit for any appreciation. Now, let's say you get this property and it appreciates. So now the property is worth $110,000, right? That money, that appreciation price goes to the seller, right? It goes to the seller, and rightfully so. So any appreciation, anything you do to this property that makes the property appreciate, it goes to the seller. They have time to decide if they like their property. So to think about, if you ever, before you buy this property, you have time to sit there or live in this property for 2 or 3 years, right? Before you decide to buy it. That's huge. I was thinking about this the other day. How many people bought a property in the area what they thought was nice? So they drove by it in the daytime. Oh, they're nice and look nice, or whatever the case is. But when they got into the place that night, they stayed there. Maybe they got a train that passed in the back. Maybe people out there shooting, and on the weekend they're out there, they hollering, screaming and stuff. You're like, man, I just spent all this money on this place, and this place is crazy. But doing a lease option, you have to worry about that. You move into that place and it ain't what you thought it was going to be at night, you can move right back out of there. so that's a good thing about a lease option. So there'll be no taxes to be paid before the seller. The seller still owns the property, so you don't have those quarterly taxes or yearly taxes or 6-month taxes or whatever the case is. So it's a win-win for the buyer as well. The benefit of investing, so us. Little competition, man. Think about it. So when a person gets into this game here, right, a lot of people don't know anything about lease options, especially new wholesalers. They haven't developed the skills of making an offer on a property with a lease option, subject to owner finance, land contract, things of that nature. So when a deal come across my desk, I can look at it from a lot of different angles to see which program that we have that we can use to get this deal done. All right. Sometimes it doesn't require money. That's the great thing too. You might run across a person who said, listen, you negotiated to maybe he was, you able to raise the, let's say the monthly payment was $500. And you say, look, I'll give you $600 for this property every single month for 5 years or whatever the case is. So now, instead of that $2,000 down, you didn't raise the rent. So over that life of that 5 year, you did more than gave him more than the 10 grand down. But it's all about your negotiation and how you structure a deal, right? He who think outside the box will get the deal. So you can get immediate cash, right? There will be no lowball offers. So you can offer them whatever they ask you for, then you can offer them that. It can give you a passive income, absolutely. So you can actually, rent these properties out, even though you don't physically own these properties, right? You're master lease option in these properties, right? So that's basically what it is. So normally you hear that term with commercial deals, like master lease option, but that's basically what you're doing, right? There will be no more landlord headaches. You get to widen your pool of buyers. That's huge right there. When a person don't have to use his credit to purchase a property, he's just gonna get his down payment and he's ready to go. Man, your pool of buyers goes up tremendously. You ever see those signs on the side of the road, property for sale by owner? You know how many calls they get? When I first got in this business, when I have a property, when I wanted to find some buyers in a certain area, I would get some bandit signs and put a couple of them up on the side street. Hey, I got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath property, cash offers only, or something like that, right? Or rent to own or whatever. And as soon as I can put that sign down and get in my car and get up 2 blocks, somebody's calling me. Hey, I'm calling about the property you have over here. So to find a cash buyer is really easy. So here's the great thing. I always pose this question. Would you rather control the property or own it? Would you rather control the property or own it? I'm gonna read this question. You can control the property, but not own it at all, right? So I'd rather control the property, especially a commercial deal, right? There's ways to control a commercial deal without actually owning it and make some real good money, in residential as well. And you can help more people. That's a great thing as well. You can help more people. All right. So again, this is our e-notebook here. guys. My PowerPoint presentation is gone. It got deleted, so I'm going to have to redo it. So you guys have this ebook right now already. So normally when we go over this as a group, we write in our notes and things like that. So we're going to keep going. So how would you profit from a deal like that? So at the very top, it talks about terms between sellers and investors, terms between investors and buyers. So let's say the price is $245,000, right? The down payment is $4,000. The monthly payment is $1,200. The term is 3 years. That's what's between the seller and the investor. So the terms between the buyer and investor, $260,000 sales price, down payment 12, monthly payment 15, term 1 year. First profit down payment, eight grand, 12,000 to four grand. Second profit, monthly, $300 per month. So, if 15 minus 12, so it's $300 profit. Third profit sales price, $7,000, 260,000, 12,000 minus 12,000, and 1245 minus 4,000. So you can make money in a lot of different ways, guys. All right. So here's 10 steps to execute a lease option. Hope you guys got a pencil with you. We'll wait for a few seconds here. And now, like I said, when we first got started, guys, so it's a lot of people I've noticed for the last month or so. A lot of them be waiting on the emails to come out. So what I'm going to do here, probably going forward after the day, is go ahead and record it and just send it to you guys like around 12 noon every day. So that way you can listen to everything. You have, you listen to it. You have all day listen to it. Well, I used to keep them out for about 2 days. And if you got questions, you can pose a lot of your questions on the Facebook group. It's important that to start posting stuff on there as well. But if you really have pressing questions, you always can put your phone and give me a call or schedule a 30-minute one-on-one with me, and I'll get on the call with you. We can kind of go over everything. All right. So number one, lead generation. This is the most important. In fact, 90% of your time should be spent in finding deals. Why? A good deal will surely have a buyer. Simple as that. So 90% of your day should be on prospecting deals. If you're not putting in offers, guys, you're not in real estate. You need to be putting in offers on a daily basis. So make phone calls, master the phone, find out the seller's motivation to sell. What's their situation? Are they having tenant problems? Did they lose their job? Is the owner out of state? Are they behind on taxes? We need to understand the situation. So remember, a wholesaler is nothing but a problem solver. We're here to solve their problem. If we solve their problems, we will make money, right? So think about it. When I was a kid, right, we had this big flow model TV, right? Color TV flow model. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we had lost, I don't know if we lost our remote control or we didn't have one. I can't remember. But I was my mom remote control. You know what I'm saying? So when she needed that TV change, hey, man, get up, go change that channel. And I had to stand there as I clicked through to see something that she wanted. So when we did get a remote control, I was so happy. So somebody solved the issue that she had. So when I wasn't there, she didn't want to get up and do it. So she had to go get a remote control so she can do it. No, I think we got a new TV. We got a remote control. But when she got that, she was happy. So same thing in this business, right? You have to give people what they want to start to solve their issues. If it's money they want as a big down payment, okay, great. I can give you a big down payment as far as money is concerned, but that monthly payment has to be this. They can't get terms and cash. That's not a good deal. It's got to be a give and take. All right. Number two, contact the owner. Review the mortgage and other property details. Be a human, not a salesman. Take control of the conversation with your owner. People won't buy anything from you unless they buy you first. Overcome the fear of making phone calls. The money is in the phone. Sometimes that phone can feel like 10,000 pounds, guys. I know. But your money is in the phone. You gotta get comfortable with making phone calls. I can't get it no simpler than that. You gotta get, if you're nervous about people hanging up on you or saying something to you or you're tripping on your words, you have to get on the other side of that. That's what this business is all about, right? But you got to I would say, put your 10,000 hours in. Before, when I first got started, I was nervous too, talking to people on the phone. But now it's no big deal, And if somebody hang the phone up with me, I'll say, okay, that's one down. I got 1,000 more to go, and keep it moving. And don't even think of. So once I start dialing another number, I forgot what just happened. So it's important. 3, inspect the property, drive and feel the neighborhood. Look at the tile, the bathroom, the roof, the paint, landscaping, driveways, trees, etc. Look at everything. If you have to, take pictures with your smartphone or your tablet, so you know kind of what that looks like. Number 4, make offers, determine the ARV. ARV means after repair value. So once the property is totally fixed up, how much would that property be worth? This is the most important number. Determine the monthly payments, monthly credits, tax, etc. So what you want to do when you're doing a deal like this, you want to, you ask your seller, so what is your monthly payment? What do you pay a month with taxes and everything? Right? They tell you, okay, I'll pay 13, 16, 72, or whatever the case is. You write that number down. So your new monthly payment that you're going to be paying them on a lease option is at least going to be that. Right? It's at least going to be that. But you want to make sure that your payment is covering the monthly payment. You want to run into no issues to where you lose the property because you're not paying enough. All right. So we need to know exactly what they're paying per month. And the thing you can ask them is, hey, give me the receipt that you have that you paid last month, so you can make sure you're paying the exact amount. Well, I guess in this situation, we're doing a lease option, thinking about owner finance. But since we're doing a lease option, they're going to set the number down anyway. Okay, this is what I need. And you just want to make sure you're not, if the rent in that area is $1,600, you don't want to make sure you're not paying $2,600, right? You might be able to pay $1,700 if you're doing a lease option or something, because you think about, you had to go to the bank, you had to go get pre-qualified for none of that type of stuff. So is it worth paying an extra $100? Absolutely. All right. Number 5, make a contract with the seller. Before executing the contract, look for a competent and trustworthy real estate attorney to review the contracts. Make the contract as soon as possible. When the seller signs the contract, this gives you equitable interest in the property, which allows you to assign or sell and advertise the property. Put an assignment clause in your agreement with the seller that allows you to sell the property to the new buyer without owning the property. It's better to sign 2 copies and after signing, try to get the keys. All right. So, we always tell you, if you want to do a contract, you should read over the contract and get with your attorney to do it. Now, some of the contracts that you guys have, if you got it from us, these are contracts that I use personally. But I can't tell you to use those contracts, right? Nor what I try to. But I'm letting you know I use those contracts. So, right? So you take that for what, take that for what you can use that for, right? Now, so it talks about get the contract signed immediately. That's one of the most important things. Once the guys agree on a number, don't wait till you decide to sign the contract. Get it signed immediately, because what happened is another wholesaler will slide right on in there and get it executed, and you get out of a deal. So if you don't have DocuSign, definitely get it. They have a lot of, if you go on your smartphone, they have app stores and stuff like that. I think it's free for the first 60 days or something like that. You can use that, or you can work with us as well. We have DocuSign. Just let us know what you need done. We can send it to DocuSign as well. So you don't really have to pay a fee at all. That's already taken care of for you. All right. Make sure the property allow you to be able to sign it. The seller, what is it at? Say to give the equitable position. With the seller of the contract, this gives you the equitable interest. So So when you get it signed, you get it and or signed on this contract, it gives you equitable interest to be able to push this out to your buyers. Now, if you have a buy, if you have a property that you're looking at and you don't have it under contract, you shouldn't be sending it out to any buyers because we're not realtors. And you technically, that's against the law to do that. So you need to have it under contract. And what you're doing, you're not selling the property, you're selling your rights or your position on this contract. So understand that. If you don't have it, you don't own the property at all, you're just selling your interest or your place on this contract for a fee. Now, here, this is what we normally put out a notes at here. Again, I don't have my PowerPoint presentation today. It's been deleted, I gotta redo it, but this is the e-workbook that you should have. All right, make an affidavit. This document protects you so the seller won't be able to sell the property to someone else. This is sworn before an officer who is authorized to administer an oath. You need to swear to a notary that you signed a contract with the seller. Now, as you guys may or may not know, I am a mobile notary. I'm also an online notary. I do general notary work. I'm a signing agent with several mortgage companies as well. So if you got a documentation that you need, if you got a contract or something with a buyer and you want to lock this property down, you want to get it notarized, to get an affidavit signed, you send it over, send it over to us and we get it notarized for you. So that way you can take it down to the county courthouse and get the affidavit in place to where nobody can go around you to take your deal. So normally we do this on properties where we're doing like a JV deal with another wholesaler. Let's say it's in an area that we don't have solid buyers in. So I'll look up and find me, Craigslist or whatever, find a wholesaler in that area and say, look, man, I got a great deal. I'm gonna bring you on as a partner. You be my boots on the ground, let my people in, or if you got buyers or whatever the case is, we'll split the size 50-50. And let's say I only have 10 days left on the contract. Some wholesalers, what they'll do, they'll drag their feet until you don't have under contract. Maybe, or because they're right there with the owner sometimes, maybe try to go around you to snake your deal. So keep in mind, when it comes to money, sometimes things get funny. So you want to make sure everything's above board. And the way you can do that, you can lock it down with the affidavit. You don't have to worry about it. It's called deal insurance. Go on YouTube and pull up affidavit memorandum. You'll see what I'm talking about. Number 7, look for your buyers. It's important to have a pool of cash buyers and be familiar with the market they are interested in. When you have an opportunity, when you have a property under contract, you can call them immediately, right? So have you, if you're in the area, have you several buyers lined up, ready to go. That's always good to do that. Type of buyers: cash buyers, investor, those who pay in one lump sum. Qualified buyers, note buyers, more on seller finance notes. Non-qualified buyers, lease option buyers, those who can't go to the bank, and those who will rent. So it's many different types of buyers. You can just pull them up on YouTube and ask, look for each one of the type of buyers on there, kind of question to ask them or whatever the case is, but there are many types of buyers out there. Tips: schedule an appointment with the owner, ask the owner to leave home for 30 minutes. If the buyer is not there, get the keys. Now, so this is when you have a property you're already in a contract. What you want to do here, if you got a buyer that's coming by there and it's in your neighborhood, you may want to call your owner and say, hey, listen, I got some people will come and take a look at the property, man. Can you step out for a minute? We give you some money for a cheeseburger. Come back in 30 minutes. And that gives your buyers enough time to get in there, to take a look at whatever, and then get out of there. Right. So what I do, if I got 3 buyers that are interested in this property, I'll tell them this Saturday I'll be at the property between 10 and 11 or whatever the case is. So that way they can get in there all at one time, not having one after the other, keep, making your seller uncomfortable or whatever, have all these different types of people running in and out of this property. They try to do it all at one time. Right. So it's up to you to kind of orchestrate that. Walk perspective through the property once. And keep in mind, you want to make sure you stay with those buyers as well, because you don't want one thing you don't want to happen. Your seller, rocks with you, and you think that that you will never do anything that jeopardize the deal, and somebody go in there and steal something out of there, and you can possibly destroy your deal or relationship with that actual seller. So you want to make sure you're in a position to you're watching everything, because these people personal homes and their property and all that stuff. You just want to keep an eye on everything. Before leaving, hand them a flyer, more information that you have on the property. So if it's something that maybe you want them to keep in mind, give them a quick flyer and look, man, keep in mind this property is 2,000 square feet. It's got 4 bedrooms. Maybe if you got pictures already, maybe you want to email them some pictures of the property so to keep them fresh in their mind. Just try to go to above and beyond when you're dealing with these buyers. 8, make the contract with the buyer. Schedule a meeting, make 2 copies. Be sure to not take personal checks for deposit and down payment. No personal checks. You don't even want to take cash. All that should be paid directly to the title company. Nothing goes in your hand. Now, you can they give you a cashier's check and you want to take that down to the title company, that's great. But I always tell people that I'm working with, listen, when we're going to go look at this property, if you want this property, I need you to leave here and go straight to this property and put down earnest money. Here's the title company. Here's the escrow officer's name. Go by there and put this money down. As soon as that person go and put that money down, the title company calls me, hey, Jay, your buyer just came down and put his money down in this property. So we open escrow on this deal. He put down $2,500 or whatever the case is. And at that point in time, my buyer has 10 to 14 days to close the deal, or he loses earnest money. And so now everybody else that calls me after that, I said, listen, I already have a buyer. I'll use you as a backup. So if he don't close it, I'll get you. I'll work with you. So that's how that works. All right. So I never take my property off of, I never take my property, what I'm trying to say. I never take my property off or whatever the case is. When a person says, I want to buy it, I ain't put it to the side 12. You put money at the title company. So number 9, closing. Follow up with the buyer broker in the minimum of 30 days before the expiration date. Send the contracts to the closing agent, whether it is a title company or a real estate attorney. Type of closing assignments. You assign the contract to another buyer that will buy the property. Double closing, you're closing on the property and reselling it at the same time without using any money. So this is talking about closing, right? So normally what I do, I date my contracts for 30 days. So you may have a seller say, hey, man, you told me you can close the deal in 7 to 14 days. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. But the reason why I dated for 30 days is because maybe something's wrong with the contract, or maybe there's an encumbrance on the title, whatever. I don't have to come back and bother you to re-sign this contract, right? So if it takes a little bit more, at least we got the contract taken care of. And normally after that, have no issue, right? So you want to get in the habit of doing that. Unless somebody really press you and say, listen, no, we're going to do it 14 days and we don't do the deal, I'll go ahead and sign it for 14 days. Don't let that kill your deal. All right. So the type of closing talks about assignment contracts with buyers. So also double closing. So normally if a deal is anywhere from $10,000 and under, we do a regular assignment contract. But if it's $10,000, if it's 1001 and above, we do what they call a double closing. And here's why. Some of the times when you're making a certain amount of money on a property and your seller see how much money you're making, they may say, hey, where is money going? And you can possibly destroy your deal. Your seller can get greedy because you promise him a certain amount of money and he see that you're making X amount of dollars. He can say, man, it blow the whole deal up. So if I'm making over 10 grand, I just go ahead and do a double closing, which means I have to pay twice for a closing, but at least I'm gonna get my money, and because the seller's only gonna see the part he or she's supposed to see. This other part, they would never see it. So it's like an A to B to C closing. That's what it's called. All right. Number 10, close the transaction. It's your payday. Congratulations. The total profit will be yours. Go ahead and celebrate. Then repeat the process and never give up. All right. So we just kind of went through all 10. Again, I just apologize, man, that we weren't able to use the PowerPoint presentation, but hold on. Let's see what this say. I ain't seen this part in a while. Let's see. Okay, this is nothing. We don't even have we don't have that Facebook anymore, so don't worry about that. All right. So now that is right. That the email address is actually my assistant, the 2buyrent@gmail.com. So, you got any questions, guys? Try to send something to her or whatever, use that email address right there. So, all right. So anybody have any questions for me? Let me answer all you guys thousands of questions. Go ahead, you can unmute. So keep in mind that this will be emailed to you guys tonight. And it'll be good for, what's the date? Tuesday, so it'll be good to Thursday around noon, and it will be deleted. So go ahead and jump right on it, as soon as possible. So let me reiterate this again. So there's a lot of things that we got coming out of pipeline. We have a couple of different podcasts coming out of pipeline. And so we're really busy. We're launching a network. It's a lot that we're doing. So you guys are going to be amazed on stuff we got going on. But so I've noticed probably last month or so, that a lot of people who are part of the group hasn't been showing up on the Tuesday meetings. So what we're going to do here now, I'm going to start recording this and send it to you guys on Tuesday at 12 noon. So that way you have all day, a couple of days to go take a look at it. And if you got questions, you can post a lot of your questions on our Facebook group, which is Mid-City Network. Mid-City Network. You go right on there real quick and add yourself to that, post your questions on there. And if for some reason, maybe this question that you have for me, you can contact me directly. I can answer it for you, or you can post on there. Maybe other people answer for you. But I'm still here for you. Now, the people that's part of my mentorship group, we would not be adding any new people to come on for me to be that mentor, because I'm just so busy right now, right? So, but the people who are actually already part of it, you're grandfathered in. You good. You're good. Unless one month or something, if the payment stopped, then you kicked out, unfortunately, right? And so, but if you still want the back office, you're still good to go. You want the accounts pulled and all that good stuff, you still have it. You still want the REI Pro software and all that good stuff, you're still good to go. That still applies. So now, here's the great thing about, if you guys missed our first AREA meeting last Saturday, you missed a lot of information. But if you go on the Facebook group, if you scroll down, you will see a recording of it. We talked about a new software that does a lot of stuff that I wasn't aware of. My partner, he actually talked about it. So I guess next week, we're going to kind of dive in deep on what they have to offer. It kind of has everything set up for you, like to keep you on track. You know what I'm saying? Who you should be calling. It's a lot of stuff is in there. So I'm getting familiar with it myself. So what I might do, I might have my business partner come on for a few minutes to kind of walk you guys through it. And of course, we probably just throw that in. So if you guys are part, you need to stay apart, man. So we got a lot going on, and everything you guys see that's coming on with us that we're doing, man, please be a part of it. You know somebody else that needs to be a part of it, definitely bring them on. So we'll be interviewing some title companies, a lot of attorneys, a lot of real estate people, brokers, other wholesalers as well, people who are doing Airbnbs, people who are doing a little bit of everything, man. So stay tuned, man. So you guys have any questions for me?
Did you say the name of the program, or we just have one coming out?
Say you're coming in.
Chris, you got a question for me?
You said the name of the program, or you said it's coming out later?
Mr. Lane, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Chris Scott was asking if you gave.
You guys need. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me fix that for you right now. Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay, you
Yeah.
guys can hear me now? Okay, I can hear you guys now. Okay, you guys have any questions for me?
I was asking, did you say the name of the program, or you said it's just coming out later? You doing a beta test?
Okay, yeah. So I'm doing it. It's called Batch. Wow. If you look at the video that we posted Saturday from the RIA meeting, we kind of talked a lot about it. Well, my business partner kind of talked a lot about it there on that video. So it's
Okay.
on the YouTube. It's on the YouTube page, and it's also on the Facebook group. Just kind of scroll down it, but it's called man, I'll butcher it up, but it is called Batch something. But it's got leads and a whole lot of stuff, and I was like, wow, I was kind of amazed. I didn't know it was that was out there. You know what I'm saying? So it really gonna kind of put my business on steroids here. So, but of course, it won't be no extra fee or nothing like that. You know how I do, man. I take care of my people, man.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Good question. Any more good questions for me? Now, so not this weekend, but the following weekend, we're gonna get out on a Saturday and do some driving for dollars live. So hopefully you guys are able to get on live with us. Maybe in your car. We kind of look at each other as we driving up and down these streets. Hopefully we can get a deal out of it. And maybe not in Texas, maybe in your city. Y'all get the deals, right? So we just kind of show people what driving for dollars look like, how to approach it, what I do, how do I talk to people out there in the field. Like, I have no fear, man. I walk up to whoever and I talk about whatever, man. So, so you're gonna see me in my element. My wife probably be doing the recording, and she said I'll be clowning out there, but you'll see me. So, but yeah, look forward to doing that as well. But this weekend, of course, it's the holiday thing, so we'll probably be shut down Friday evening and probably crank back up that Monday. So, all right. Any questions for me? All right. Hey man, I really appreciate you guys, and I apologize about the PowerPoint presentation, but we was able to improvise and do the workbook, so you guys do have a copy of that. So go ahead and go over it, man. And if you got questions, shoot me a text and go on the Facebook group. Introduce yourself. Go on there, guys. Introduce yourself to the group, man. So we're gonna be doing a lot. Oh yeah, so all the podcasts that we'll be doing, we'll be going live on the Facebook group too. So let me run this down to you because I don't know Miss Lane was there. So we have a guy that does life insurance, how to use your life insurance to grow wealth. We got another guy that does financial literacy. He's going to be on the show. We got a lady out of Detroit. She's a real estate broker. Another lady is a business strategist. A guy who's actually he's a new construction builder and investor and mentor as well. So we're gonna have a gumbo of people. We're gonna get on there. We're gonna talk a little bit about different strategies and things of that nature, man. So I love business, right? And so we're gonna talk about business, financial literacy, and life insurance and things of that nature, and a little bit of update with topics or whatever the case is, the hot topics and stuff like that. So, and then you guys will be able to call in. Right, you'll be able to, ask questions, maybe invite you guys on the panel with us to kind of talk about some of the deals that you've done or what you're trying to get done. So we'll be trying to get this thing out there. So hopefully you guys will be part of it. All right. Hey man, I appreciate you guys, man. If you guys don't have no questions for me, we're gonna end it right here. If you hey, can you guys do me one favor? Go on, if you let me see, this is asking the question, name of the program. Okay, I see what you said. Okay, Missy Lane, appreciate it. If you guys can go on the Facebook group and tell people they messed this thing up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start emailing out to everybody. And I'm gonna tell them tomorrow too. So, hey man, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a
Thank
great
you.
rest of your evening.
You too.
Y'all take care. Thanks.
All right, bye bye. Hey, one-on-ones are still good though. That's still in place. It's just like what we're doing right now. We need a one-on-one. You know how that go. Call me up. We can do a one-on-one all day long. Okay.
Hey, I got one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
I have I got about 6 people I'm gonna call back so I can narrow it down to see who really serious, giving us the best deal. So what's gonna happen when I have my multiple callers? Are we gonna do it use it in the group?
What do you mean?
Like the thing that was supposed to happen on Saturday that got canceled when we do cold calling as a group?
Okay, so okay, so that's this Saturday, right? That's this Saturday. No. So, oh, you're talking about doing the cold calling party. Because I didn't realize this Saturday was actually a holiday weekend. So we can do it together. Since I already, I committed to it. So what we'll do is shoot me a time and let me know when you're free. Like early the better for me. And then we'll shut down about an hour or so, and then we'll do that one-on-one. And I'll reach out to people, see if they want to be a part of it. But I know a lot of people, because of the holiday weekend, want to be with their family. You know what I'm saying? But we already talked about it. So we get right back on the same Zoom, and we can make those calls.
Okay.
All right. So what's early the better for me? So you think about 10, 11, something like that is good for you?
All right. Yeah.
Okay, 10 is great. Okay, cool. So okay, 10 o'clock. So if you got the numbers and everything, how many you got? You say about how many?
We probably got about 12.
Okay.
I still have to go through some of my fulfilled by owners.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
I'll be ready. So I'm gonna put you in my phone right now, so I won't forget, and I'll be ready to rock, man.
All right, and that's central for you, right?
Yep, that's central for me.
Okay.
All right, so we'll log right back in the same Zoom link.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
All right, take care.
All right, you have a great one. Thank you, Mr. Lane.
You too.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.